boy, you know. Mikel lost behind me, man. Someone should have done Foden celebration yesterday, man.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. We live, of course we're live. People deluded, I'm back again. It's a great Monday morning or evening or afternoon, depending on where you guys are from. Big up you lot on Twitch. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. Do you not get up to anything during the weekend, people? I had a calm weekend. You know, I'm always here with you lot. I saw Arsenal scored not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 goals against Manchester City. It's a pity about the clean sheet. We've got 99 problems. The top 6 ain't won. Playing Pep Guardiola's City side ain't won. As I said, people, you know, for me personally, yes, Manchester City are Manchester City, regardless of their form or the things that they've been going through. It's a massive game. It's a big game. You need to stand up to be counted. And as I said at the start of the watch along yesterday, I need to see fights. It's just a personal thing. You know, we all know what happened at the Etihad. And to see my boys stand up to be counted, you know, big up Lewis Skelly and Ethan. It goes without saying, this season, them two young players, week in, week out, have shown us what we want to see. But from the young players to the old players to the manager, everything. I saw defenders that wanted to make the difference. Midfield generals being, well, in the second half, everybody found their scoring boots. And I think we did things. In terms of improvement, I do think there were elements in that first half of going into our shell. I didn't like the 10 minutes, the 40 for in the second half, the first 10 minutes. But after that, we smelt blood. We're doing what we needed to do. We defended well. I saw protagonists. I saw difference makers. I saw people that wanted to win their individual battles. I saw shithousery. I saw everything I wanted to see. So I'm proud of my boys. Now, I know, people, when Arsenal do anything, even down to breathing, everything we do as a football club is magnified, good and bad. And that's why I love Lewis Skelly. I love the fact that he's rattling football. You know, people like Haaland can come out and say, who are you? But he can't do his celebration. If you don't know who he is now, you fucking know now, don't you, mate? You know, and Arsenal, get the new contracts out for all the players we need. Lewis Skelly and Ethan, they need new contracts. Big up Kieran Tierney. Lewis Skelly, number 3 shirt's yours next season. Number 10 is yours, Ethan. Isaac, trust me, the number 14 is yours. And it couldn't have been more romantic. I know Haaland scored, but Haaland got dealt with. Big up Gabriel Akanji. You know, it's one thing hearing verbal about my football club from the Bernardo Silvas, from the Kevin De Bruyne's, from the Phil Fodens, technically exquisite players. And Akanji, you've won a lot of trophies. You're shit, bro. You shouldn't be talking about Arsenal. So to see you make a mistake, I love how we capitalized on the minor errors City made as well. But to hear Kanji speak, to see Bernardo Silva bottle it, to see Phil Foden crumble, to see Haaland, Haaland's best performance is Haaland Senior. Grown man, go and talk to your dad. Your dad is moving mad on Twitter talking about you haven't won anything. Manchester City, big up you lot. You lot are the big bad bullies, and I don't mean this against the club, the fans, or Pep Guardiola, but you see people that are connected to City, stay humble in life. I didn't know, despite the fact that Arsenal haven't won anything of significance for 20 odd years, I didn't know we couldn't be happy about winning and winning in that fashion and winning against a team that 9 times out of 10, and up until recent, it used to be a cricket score against City. They used to do this to us and we didn't bat an eyelid. I didn't know you can't celebrate that. Big up Haaland Senior. You played in the Premier League and stuff, but you're talking about winning. What the fuck did you win? Your sons won bare things. Your sons won bare things. Roy Keane did. You know what Roy Keane did to you, and he's out here calling your son a League 2 player. And he's still commentating, living comfy. Go and fight your own battles. You don't need to fight yourselves. Please don't talk nonsense about my football club. We're allowed to be happy about the result. That's all it is. I'm happy with what we did. Happy with the 3 points. It doesn't change what we need to do in the transfer market. It does give us a bit of a boost and a little bit of a confidence that we can score goals and maybe overcome Newcastle in the cup and obviously get our season back on track. We'd have a 10 days break after the Newcastle game. We're going back to Dubai. You never know in life. If Liverpool start dropping points, it starts to look a lot rosier. I don't believe that. I'm still happy that we beat City. Now the work towards Newcastle, and I think we got Leicester after the Newcastle game in 10 days. It is what it is. It was personal. It was personal. It was men against men. You lot don't like us, we don't like you. We saw what happened at the Etihad. You can't come into our backyard and think you're doing foolishness. And to see what my players were doing, there's men of the match. I could sit here and listen. Ethan, banger off the bench. What a week it's been from Ethan. Lewis Skelly, it's justice that not only he played well and also scored, but if the refs had their opportunity, people, or their way, the man wouldn't have even been the young man wouldn't have even been eligible. I don't know how Lewis Skelly's got the internet on strings. The man can't even buy Magnum from the store. He's like 17, and if anything, he's just turned 18. Forget that he can't even drink WKD. But, and it would be illegal if he did. So I don't know what this nonsense is. And that's why I rate him, man. Men of the match today. Well, yesterday. David Raya, big up yourself for the save. Saliba and Gabriel stood up tall. Lewis Skelly, boss. Timber, boss. Declan Rice. Don't let these lot gaslight you on football, these football tacticals, and let you believe Declan Rice ain't fucking mustard, Mustard of a footballer. Thomas Partey in midfield, cash money, rolled back the years, forget his goal, even though I'm not saying to forget his goal. Mustard. Martin Odegaard did what you needed to do. And I said at the start of my watch along yesterday, I need to see my captain stand up to be counted. He did that. I mean, Martinelli can't stay on side. Kai Havertz weren't exactly clinical, but they also had good games. I think Trossard also did his thing. Man to a man, everybody did their job. Everyone did their job, man. Bro, I don't know why Alfie's talking nonsense. And what goes around comes around. You was happy to say stay humble. Haaland was charged at the Etihad, so our players are charged. This is football. It's about shithousery. As long as you, at the end of the day, you shake hands, you don't look down on your fellow man. But these lot are having feelings. Haaland Senior is sassy, bro. Sassy ass individual. That's why the apple don't fall too far from the tree. That's why Haaland's got the goalie lock hairstyle and he's always in his feelings. Like, yeah, what happened to him? What happened to him? Football's getting too woke. You chat shit, make sure you win. You try to do the humble pat and the badge. City are a massive club. You lot have won trophies and all that, but don't come here and do all of this. And that you're seeing grown men call Lewis Skelly, and I forgot his name, but I've actually had him on my channel. Big him up, but we have to keep it honest. You got man sitting in their bedroom on YouTube talking about what has an 18-year-old done. Say that without crying. Grown man on strings, Stop chatting shit. It is what it is. They hate us. They rate us. They hate us. It is what it is. It's A's up till we freeze up. You don't like us. I don't care. If you don't support Arsenal Football Club, I really don't care. I don't even care about a lot of people who support Arsenal Football Club because there's bare 180s. We need to. We needed this. Football One. City, you man are new to this. Yeah, you've done great stuff, treble, etc. But don't forget your roots. And I'm seeing a grown man telling Lewis Skelly to put his trophies on the table. You're old enough to remember when City were sidemen. Now times change. Times change, but you remember when City was shit, when Danny Mills in that, and to be honest, you got PTSD. It's not my fault. Tell Haaland stay humble, do his celebration again and again and again and again and again. And to be honest with you, pardon my language, if you've genuinely got a problem with my football club, with my players or anything, suck him on through a dirty straw. Come do something about it. Simple as that. Big up Kai Havertz. This was a madness, innit? To score in 2 minutes. I love the Odegaard goal because it was Bandulu, but we capitalized on the mistake. I do think we went into our shell a bit. We allowed City to grow into the game, which is going to happen, but we could kind of kill teams. Obviously, I didn't like the first 10 minutes in the second half, but, to react, you're most vulnerable when you just scored, as they say in football. And we obviously saw that with us getting back in front a minute later after Haaland bagging, Lewis Skelly, Havertz, Ethan. It's fun. It's all fun and games. And you know what? With Havertz, I don't want to be that guy, but when he missed that tapping, smashed the light button. When he missed that tapping, it was obviously high pressure moments. Like the game was still anyone's. By the time he scored, obviously that we've won in it. So there's something there. So there's that we probably could have scored some more in the first half. Could have managed little moments better, but we took some punches, we bobbed them, we won it. We won the game, bro. I'm not complaining about anything, and I'll big up my boys. Like our kit man said, effing love the club a million times. City said they're in the trenches in 09, and even that with City, yeah. Even that with Man City. Don't forget yourselves, Don't think because you signed Haaland and you signed Rodri and you got Kevin De Bruyne and these guys. Don't forget who kicked off this City revolution, Big up to you lot for helping us pay off the Emirates. But you actually did the foundations of you being serious was built off Arsenal Football Club. The Adebayos, the Nasris, the Kolo Tourés, the list goes on. Stop all of that. If you're old enough to remember when they played at the old stadium, stop all that nonsense, man. Manchester City have conceded 4+ goals in a game for the 4th time this season, which is now the most in a single campaign in Pep Guardiola's managerial career. And that was it for me. Our form is better than form goes out the window, all that jazz. Our form is better than City's. We're in a lot better place than City. City look vulnerable. If we went into that game believing we could not win that, on top of obviously the nonsense that happened at the Etihad, would never beat City. And again, I actually think we're all right against the top 6 clashes, people. But it'd be nice to win some trophies. So yeah, man, we're doing what needs to be done. Man City have committed 7 errors leading to goals in the Premier League this season. Boy, there's a lot for Pep to address, really. Mikel Arteta is now unbeaten in 5 games against Manchester City, the joint longest run by a manager against Pep. Not bad for Pep's comb boy, they say. Stay humble. What goes around comes around. You gotta take the rough with the smooth, you know. You have to take the rough with the smooth. You're gonna chat shit, people are gonna chat shit about you. You know, Lewis Skelly's not an idiot. You know, he's rattled Spurs fans, peed off even Wolves fans for some reason, getting sent off. He's peed off City fans. There's going to be a time Arsenal are going to have to hold licks there on Lewis Skelly, which is why I rate him even more. It is what it is. I love the fact that we've got bastards at this club and we're on shithousery. When we're too nice, they say something. When we're nasty, they say something. And on top of that, I don't want to keep mentioning Gary Neville's name because we know he lacks integrity. He just says things for engagement. But to hear, for me, in 29 years of age, turning 30 in April, hear Gary Neville talking about Arsenal show the lack of class and this and that. United, look how much shithousery you lot used to do surrounding referees and whatnot. Gary Neville, you was there. Shut your mouth, man. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shout out Gabriel Magalhaes because he never lied in September when he said, we're waiting for City at our ground. Haaland, I don't remember what he did. It's normal. But anyways, congratulations. Haaland, you're a pussy. Don't throw rocks and hide hands. You know, you think Gabriel didn't know you threw the ball? You waste, man. You can score all them goals, win all those trophies. But at the end of the day, you're a prick. You're all pricks. City's players are so classless. And I don't care about this class thing because people like to say it, but you lot have no integrity. No integrity. You wouldn't know what integrity is. Make me sick. And I'm happy that obviously we haven't won a war against City, but we won a battle. I reckon Gary Neville likes a cheeky one, mad statements recently. But all Gary Neville does is chat shit. He's getting paid by Sky, man. Like Declan Rice said, the scoreline is unbelievable. We had fire in our belly, and after what happened at the Etihad, we really wanted that today. When it went to 1-1, you maybe thought the momentum might shift there. But we sorted it out with Thomas. I thought it was a really tough game. I think this is the thing that's been building up. They nicked the title before I got here, and they beat us last season. I don't think they nicked it. They nicked it last season, if anything, but we shot ourselves in the foot. With what happened this season, we really wanted that, and the boys are absolutely buzzing in there. It's great. And enjoy that. Frame that. It's irrelevant now. The City game's done. Newcastle, Leicester, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, trying to do the improbable of winning this Premier League, which there's no reason that to believe Liverpool are going to drop points. But if the footballing gods want to bless us, fair enough. Big up my guy, Gabriel. And I like, you know what I would say? I like this in football. I like this. They say football ain't got no personality. I love Haaland giving Gabriel stuff. Gabriel giving Haaland. This is what football's about. People say these players don't care. They're showing you it means something. It is what it is. Lewis Skelly, you know, I want people to calm down with the Ashley Cole stuff because he played 10, 11 games in the Prem, but he can't control the narrative. At the end of the day, Lewis Skelly and Ethan, I don't even know how much you lot saved us because your stocks are rising. But, you know, I think even, you know, big up Calafiori. This is Lewis Skelly's spot to lose. Ethan, you're doing your thing. And to have them two developing, to have the star boy Saka coming back, you know, even hearing off topic, the Kendrick Lamar Humble song playing at the Emirates, but even to see Jack Wilshere at the game, poetic. And I know Wenger's somewhere smiling, man, because let's be honest, City's everything Wenger hates, really and truly. Everything he hates. You know, and Jamie Carragher, I'm not going to read all of this, but he bigged up Declan Rice. Stop letting these people gaslight you into not rating Declan Rice. I still believe he's a 6, but he's in a real sweet spot of forming the 8. And he even spoke about I need to add goals and assists. Even that, man. Even that, like, Kai Havertz got a goal and assist. I'm sure Martinelli got something. Ethan obviously bagged. Declan Rice at least had a role in 2 of the goals. I would have loved for Havertz to bag the first chance he had because Declan Rice has nicked it off Kovacic. Them couple of times we pressed, it was gold for us, man. Smash the like button, people. It was gold. Partey had his 150th appearance last season for the last night for the club, and he put in a performance to match. And I have to be that guy. Would you give Thomas Partey a new contract, people? Let me know your thoughts. David Raya, it won't be forgotten. But that save, big up yourself. In fact, saves up. But there was one in particular. He's unbeaten in his last 6 Premier League games against Manchester City. The longest unbeaten run by a goalkeeper against a Pep Guardiola side. In the form of Ethan and Lewis Skelly, this was the first time that 2 players aged 18 or younger had scored for the same team in the Premier League since Everton versus Fulham in April 2007 when I started school. James Vaughan and Victor Anichebe. Throwback names, eh? Throwbacks. The youngest players to score against a Pep team in all comps. You've got Bellingham, you've got Ethan, you've got Nicolas Sole, you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly, you've got Kylian Mbappe, people. The open play sequence involvements leading to the shots in the Arsenal game. Careful, we don't create or score from open play. We only score from corners. Here for it. 6 part. Hey, big us up for that, man. You know, for Ethan's goal, apparently Ethan Nwaneri's goal ended a passing sequence of 36 uninterrupted passes in a move that lasted 1 minute and 54 seconds and involved every Arsenal outfield player. This was the longest passing move leading to a Premier League goal since September 2023. Now, I must admit, as much as it's about tactics and all of that, for me, there's a psychological factor to it, because in the second half, you lot smelt blood. You're going for goals. In the first half, you went to war. Obviously, I know we can't put in this performance all the time. We can't win 5-1 all the time. But beyond the obvious, there's certain aspects I want to see at this football club on a consistent basis. The level of performance and the commitment, and in big games where we've done well against the top 6, where where I need everyone. Like, I don't know who man of the match is. You could say Ethan, you could say Lewis-Skelly, Partey, Rice. This is what I need to see. This is what I need to see. And our defenders love scoring, don't they, man? The only thing that would have made that better would have been a Gabriel goal from a corner, man, essentially. And a clean sheet. But you can't have it all in life, can you? Martin Odegaard has now scored the same amount of Premier League goals for Arsenal as Mesut Ozil with 33. And he probably would have had a lot more this season if he had his shooting boots. Even his finish was a bit banduli. That was, we scored 4+ goals in a Premier League game against City for the first time since 2003. Maybe we're getting back to my childhood. After going 15 Premier League games against City without a win, Arsenal now unbeaten in 4 games against City. Exactly. This used to, forget when we used to play City. We used to get the fixture calendar list in May, June, July, whatever, yeah, and just look through the top 6 game, definitely where City is, and go, forget it. Now to know that regardless of if we can win a league or not, we got some effing pride in the shirt. It's not easy to play us. I'm here for this. Only Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney, both 9, have scored more goals for a Premier League side while aged 17 or younger than Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri. He's the youngest player to score a Premier League goal against the reigning champions since Wayne Rooney netted for Everton against Arsenal in March 2003. What a game it was, my boy. And I don't know which goal I enjoyed the most, because the ones Declan Rice were, it's got to be between Lewis-Skelly and Ethan's. I just think with Lewis-Skelly, it just felt like that was your moment. Ethan, it was a peach of a goal. What a week it's been for Ethan as well. I know people with Ethan, with Lewis-Skelly, with what they're doing, with the consistency, with everything. I know it's hard not to get excited, but just let them develop. Just take time. There's going to be hurdles, but we have some stars, man. And we've already got a small squad. We have to thank the Lord that these 2 players have, this time last year, where were they? Sort of thing, people. Again, don't let them ever make you think Declan Rice ain't a baller. Don't make them ever think he's not a baller. And for me, one thing that I always find is, when you see, whenever a player scored, a team hasn't lost or whatever, you haven't scored enough goals. Martin Odegaard is yet to lose a Premier League game this season and is now unbeaten in his 22 league appearances for Arsenal. The Gunners have won just 1 of their last 4 without him. Boy, Lewis-Skelly's game by numbers: 41 touches, completed 23 of his 25 passes, won 7 out of 8 duels, 1 possession 5 times, 1 fouls 3 times, had 2 tackles, 2 clearances, 1 shot, 1 goal. And forget stats, we saw it with our eyes in it. And what a season he's had in it. You've gone from getting a yellow card before you've even stepped on the pitch, to Haaland doing his nonsense at the Etihad, to you doing Haaland's celebration, to VAR getting involved, to rattling the Spurs fans. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but yeah, and we did hear in the summer the club believe he could be a left back, but would we have spent money elsewhere? And I love Lewis-Skelly because he's got that nastiness in him. You can tell he's that cheeky younger brother or cousin that must have got beaten up by his older siblings, man. He just gets it. He gets it, lad. He gets it. And Jack Wilshere was at the game. Obviously, Jack Wilshere actually spent a time at Arsenal. I think he's a Norwich manager now, coaching obviously Ethan and Lewis-Skelly. So it must have meant a bit more, even for Lewis-Skelly. Like, you scored against City at under 18s level, I'm sure, in the FA Cup or something, FA Youth Cup or something, at the Emirates. So it was almost like a full circle moment, people. And what I would say is, Jack Wilshere, what going for your sons? Are they kicking ball? They playing for Arsenal? His lad looks a big lad, he's almost taller than you. What, like, he can't be a baller then. Arteta's sons can't be ballers as well, because they playing for Arsenal. I don't know, people. And even they're boying it. It's lovely stuff, but complete domination, man. Complete domination. 12 shots, 7 on target. They had 7 shots, 4 on target. obviously the game, the momentum. I guess if you're Man City, we started better than them. They made some cheap mistakes. There was a time where I think we was letting them get into their groove. I wonder if they're wishing if they took advantage of that in the first half. Obviously, the 10 minutes in the second half, the first 10 minutes, they were great. They obviously scored the goal. That's probably where they're looking at what if. But for City, Arsenal winning 5-1 just merely highlights their issues. You know, they've got a lot of issues with their structure, with their shape, with errors leading to goal. They've kind of stagnated, and Pep Guardiola's got a bit of a rebuild on his hands. But we did our job, man. They can have possession. I don't give a flying monkeys if they had 10% possession more than us. 55% to our 45. We had 398 passes. They had 747. And to be honest with you, you know City are going to dominate you for possession. You know they're probably going to score. As I said in the watch along, you probably can't gear it around expecting to keep a clean sheet, people. We had 5 corners, they had 2. It is what it is, people. And Liverpool still have a game in hand. We're still 6 points off them. You hope David Moyes can do a thing. I hope West Ham, Graham Potter, I know you got something for Chelsea. United fans, I know I haven't been trolling you lot. Don't think I didn't see that you lot lost to Crystal Palace. And that was a big clash for you. Like, don't worry, man. You're not going to get 40 points, man. Just got to get 11 more, man. You're not going to stay up, man. You're not going to stay up, man. You're not going to stay up. I think, you know what? United are lucky that Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton are worse than them. You know, to be honest, I wouldn't want United to get relegated. But you see, you, man, in 14th. God, please. Brentford, you let me down, man. Brentford, you let me down. But you know what? It is what it is, people. And let me remove this for a sec, people, just because somebody said on a live stream yesterday, they want me to relive the moments with you lot. Big up everyone in the comments of my watch along. But I actually haven't rewatched my emotions, people. I actually want to see this again. Tell some of you about what you're talking about. Where is it? I want to win today. I want to win today. Because I'm putting myself in City's shoes. If I was Man City and I was those, let me see. I want to see my thoughts. All of those guys. And maybe because I want to, but because I want us to get fun. You don't do this Real Housewives of Man City stuff like they've been doing. Methinks, you know, what Arsenal's women and City's women. Last time I looked at that score, it was 3-3. I believe we won. So yeah, maybe we follow suit because kind of did this time last time when the women played and obviously when we played. But yeah, as usual, Arsenal versus Man City. This side for match week, and today this is track. So my thought was war. You lot saw my live stream where I said it's war. I'm not being critical, but this is the reality. If you want to be a team that's just getting Champions League, then everything is cool. But I want to see my thoughts, man. Where was I at Audubon? Bro, this is what I look like on YouTube. Switch on, they talk on my packet. I need a performance. You prick. Don't forget, you was one that was talking after the game as well. It means something to me. An early goal, but boys, it could go left. It could go left so quickly. Yes! Why he's scared? Cut your hair, man. Looking like a reborn Chris Smalling. Get at him immediately. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, where was that? 1-1. Haaland doing Haaland things, bro. Like, it's predictable. We lose in the score. Boys, switch on now. It's a cold celebration from Haaland. Haaland's a better man than me because I don't know how you're not celebrating in front of Gabriel Magalhaes' face. Again, we knew this was something to be wary of in the first half. This is how I look on YouTube. The second half, with really any tempo City have, they've taken the lead, and he's actually keeping it humble. So yeah, that's kind of what I said. I think the second half, I don't think we started well, but yeah, I am big up the people who do the timestamps. Don't see your name in lights. Foden's giving away party. I beg you, don't shoot party. Don't see your name. Who's this? Why did you say party? Don't shoot. Bro, that's why I'm on YouTube. Get back. That is why. Immediate. Oh, here we go. Here's this geezer with a shirt, mate. Hey, you can't blame me. Every time you shoot, it ends up on Seven Sisters Road. But a broken clock is right twice a day. Today it's right. Football's a funny old game, mate. Football's a funny old game, mate. Hey, Foden lost the ball. Foden lost the ball. Hey. This is me. Phil Foden lost the ball. To be fair, the 2 goals, listen, we're taking advantage of it, but they've been 2 incredibly sloppy goals from Manchester City. They've handed this is me. It might have taken a deflection of stones, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. If you don't buy a raffle ticket, you don't win. Smash the like button, folks. Okay. I don't know who said don't shoot, but that's why you're not managing or playing, though. That's how you true. Bro, shut up, man. Aye. So where was I with Lewis Kelly? Aye. It's your time. Use your right leg. Yeah! Lewis Kelly's back! Hey, Len means something to me.
None of the humble thing. Oh, it's doing Haaland on your block. Yes. Do that, Haaland. We got some scumbags to do.
Yes. We do. Where was I at with Kai Havertz?
He's him, man. Miles fucking Lewis Kelly, mate. You deserve that. Haaland. Haaland trying to check in as well, doing the humble thing. Allow it, Haaland. Okay, and a forward pass from him. You see what happens? Use the right leg. When left wings use the right leg. Again, our defenders are the most clinical in the final third. This has been a mad season. We're a mad football club.
We are. Okay, where was I at with Kai Havertz?
Please don't get me excited. So Havertz, what kind of run is that? Martinelli against the world. Gives it to Havertz. I don't know about you, though. My striker. Hey,
This you is shameless, you know. This you is shameless, you know. This you is shameless. This you on YouTube is shameless. He's got good opinions. I'll smash the like button, subscribe. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Not one, not two, not three, but four. We want five.
I, for one, didn't see that happening. Hey, what was that? What was that? Did I knew so? I, for one, didn't see us winning 5-1, yeah. But what did I say?
Chance to score again. We always finish. Slappy said this again all the time. Knee slightly. Not one, not two, not three, but four. We want five. He forget all that. Forget that. Where's the other Highlanders? Davies.
I knew it.
What a performance for Pep Guardiola's cone boy, isn't it? The master.
Pep Guardiola's cone boy getting bodied by left backs and shit. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, calm down, bro.
Is that a Martinelli assist? Is that a Kai Havertz goal in assist? Is that a Lewis Kelly goal as well?
Agendas. Cooking.
Hey, that's a great ball. Even hit it. Forget everyone. That's what I fucking know. Leon, it's not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's not four, it's five.
Reload it! Fuck City, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Stop it. Reload it, man. We want 7 next time. Don't ever come round here, man. But let's stop the foolishness. I genuinely just wanted to see where I was as an Arsenal fan, people. But yeah, if I share my screen again in a sec, we'll get into all the. Well, in fact, no, we had it up on screen anyways. Where is it? I'm doing madness. But yeah, we'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, what are you lot saying? I've been hearing you lot, man. I've just been chatting. Appreciative to you lot tuned in, man. Why is Roy Keane's dog barking at us, DG? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because my son, well, this team never wins anything. Oh my God, we got oil money and now we're winning stuff. And Haaland, I played in the Prem for Leeds, but I'm really only known because Roy Keane clamped me and he's still dissing my son and I didn't do anything. This guy's a Medina, man. Bare feminine traits, bro. Sassy you. That's why I don't blame Haaland. Haaland, you can only be held accountable for the yard you're raised in. Your dad's a bitch. So it doesn't surprise me while you've got your tail tucked in as well. Doing all this chatting, this Twitter finger crap, man. Stay humble. You lost the game. It is what it is. You're telling me a team that ain't won anything of significance with a couple 17-year-olds that don't win anything, that always crumbles, got you feeling like that, got you doing Twitter fingers? Crazy. Wow. Classless. And I don't care about this class stuff. Fuck them. Alfie's just mad he committed his son to 9.5 years of this shit. He's getting bread. Haaland's a great footballer. Like, you done your thing. City's a great club, great footballers, great whatever. Regardless of that, though, you got bodied. And everyone's saying, oh, it's not the strongest City team ever. Bro, is it us? Because I don't see Ben White in the squad. I don't see Gabriel Jesus on the bench. I don't see Bukayo Saka starting. I see someone that had 9 Premier League appearances playing left back. I don't even see Ethan starting. So let's not do all of that. I haven't really seen Kai Havertz and Martinelli this season. Let's not do all of that. Please. Trying to bring on Kevin De Bruyne is different. You're not coming and getting bullshit assists and all them things there anymore. It's over. We might not never win a Prem or Champs or anything of significance. I'm not saying Arsenal are invincible, even though you know what we did in history. It's a tough day at the office. Whether we come to your ground or you come here, it's a tough ground. It's a tough game. People cannot sit here and chat shit about my football club. You can ask questions about getting to the next level. Nobody asks more questions than me, but you can't sit and act like we're some little man. It's easy to play against us. And if it is, Bournemouth, credit to you lot. Newcastle, credit to you lot. Liverpool are going to go win the league. I'm pretty sure Arne Slot will tell you that's not an easy game. Pep Guardiola won't talk nonsense. Chelsea, I don't want to hear that. Postecoglou, have manners. Have manners. Because people can't come to the Emirates. Last season before slightly, this year, boy, no, it's different now. Big up my Capitano as well. Ethan is just 17. The world is his oyster. When Ethan develops even more, can be anything he wants to be as a footballer. Enormous potential. Nathan, bang on the money. He just has to stay grounded, stay working. Physically, there's a lot of development, consistency as well, because it's great doing it in twice this week. If you're going to mess up the next 2 games, because people even done a complete 180 about Ethan. They were loving him. He looked a bit shaky against Everton at the Emirates. They were saying he's not ready, he's this, that, and the other. Did well against Brighton, did well against Brentford. Unfortunately, picked up an injury. Got to let them develop. And what I would say is I want to see whether we win, lose, or draw. I want to have the same talking points. And yeah, cool. Lewis Skelly and Ethan did their thing, but I can't say the other players didn't turn up. How many weeks has it been the kids? Respectfully to them. It is what it is. Odegaard finally got a good night's sleep. What has he said? Yes, it was a good one, a massive performance, massive result, and the atmosphere is unbelievable. Such a nice game to play in with the supporters on fire. Big result in the end. I think it's a big boost, but to be honest, the belief and everything was there already before the game. This is what man need to see on a consistent basis. It's easy to get up for the big games. This has to be the minimum. If I'm looking at us on a harsh thing with being a team that wins the Prem, Liverpool are not going to get Liverpool if they win the league, and Liverpool sides that have won stuff. This is the minimum. Invincibles, minimum. Chelsea sides, minimum. Spurs sides, now I'm guessing they've never did it. But any winners tied, this is the minimum. Fight, determination, struggling to see who's man of the match. Whether you're 60 years of age like Partey or 12 years of age like Ethan and Lewis Skelly, everyone needs to stand up to be cat. This is the realm we need to go to. Because if we want to be a team that gets top 4, games in isolation like yesterday, it's amazing, and even that, we've been vexed. We've actually got statistically one of a decent run in the Prem. To go to the next level, these are the things that have to be ingrained on a consistent basis. It was good to get the early goal. We were so good in the high press. I think that, and I've been saying that, I don't think it... Obviously, when we play the lesser sides, we're more aggressive with our press. We more kind of press high. It felt like we was pressing high, but it was more a case of we'll pick our moments. If we can catch Kovacic, if we can catch Akanji, which Akanji, I don't think it's the best of passes from Stones for Akanji, if I'm brutally honest to you. I think it's a horrible one. But that being said, I think if that's given to Saliba or Gabriel or any other defender in that moment, it's a non-factor. Akanji thinks he's levels, he's dilly-dallying, which I'm happy with. We kept it moving, people. Smashed the like button, which is true. It's always good to get an early goal. That probably changed the course of the game. And football's about momentum. One wonders what would have happened had we not have equalized immediately with Partey or City was switched on. Because when we went gunshot for gunshot with them, it was peak. One wonders, me anyways, when Reyes popped off that great save, what, God forbid, but if that went in, what's the game going to look like? I don't know, people. But the main thing is football's about moments, isn't it, people? So yeah, he's right, man. The belief needs to be there. And we know it was good to get the early goal and the high press. We won a few balls there, scored one after that, and should have scored another. Kai Havertz. So it was a good start. After their goal, the way we reacted was brilliant. Straight away we go and we're on the front foot, scored straight away. Then after that, we didn't stop. The way we played and the way we ended the game after was amazing. The third goal was a particularly special moment as well. Obviously, Lewis Skelly and Ethan bagged. He said, I'm really happy for him. You can see he's a big personality. See, I'm saying big personality, youngest in charge, man. Get on the ball, make things happen from left back to do what he's doing with and without the ball for his age. Unbelievable. Ethan as well coming on with the impact straight away. These men are fearless, man, as you should. Football's a mental game. You've got to be fearless. There has to be an element. You're there for a reason. I don't care if you've come from the academy or bought 50 million. Whatever you have done in your life, good or bad, it's led you to this moment where you're playing for Arsenal Football Club against City or Liverpool or this one or that one. End of the day, football's not rocket science. You got 2 feet, use it. Let's see what the gaffers had to say on how much he enjoyed the game from the touchline. Of course, he's going to enjoy it. On what it's like to beat a side like City, to beat them in the manner we've done, a lot of things have to go your way. We were very aggressive. We played with a lot of courage, with and without the ball, facts, and with the high press. The limits are really, really thin. We scored a goal, should have scored another one clearly. After that, even if you want it, they are that good that sometimes you have to stay deep and defend deep. Again, yeah, it's not just about throwing punches. Sometimes you have to bob and weave, which is true, and suffer, which we all know. Enjoy those moments as well, which I think we did. We had a bit of luck in certain moments and we had the opportunity, but you see the difference. Because I've seen us lose games by fine margins or whatever, and luck, we've said luck has gone against us. But you see, when you control the controllables and everyone stands up to be counted, you make your own luck and you get the rub of the green, which certain moments went for us, people. Facts, in my opinion, Gaffer. And we had the opportunity, our intentions, our aggression with the ball, how we wanted to hurt them, the way we finished the actions, exceptional. And where this ranks as a win during his manager, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Like it's definitely up there. There's been some good wins, man. I don't know. We just enjoy the day. I think it's something that we'll learn from as well and understand still a lot of things have to go your way to win in that manner. One of the main things, again, is to create the unbelievable energy that we created in the stadium. Arteta loves that, innit? We cannot waste 1 minute without playing with that because it infects the team, it transforms the team, and it makes it really difficult for the opposition, for the players to believe we can compete against anyone on our day. When we play at that level individually and collectively, we compete at that level. I think it's going to be very helpful for sure. On how much of an impact our previous meeting of City had. He said, I don't know, I haven't seen that, and it's nothing I want to discuss about that. That's down to the players, but they know my view on it, and we have to focus on us. That's smart from Arteta. Let's not be dumb. Arteta got batted up at the Etihad. If you care about the gaffer, you don't let them come to our manor and do that foolishness. The players, there's salt in the wounds. It's kind of been building for the last few years, Arsenal versus City. You know, City used to slap us. Pep would come out and say, oh, they've done well. You know, they're pat on the head. When we started to get some results or be difficult to play or stubborn, they started mocking the way we play football. And even down to Kyle Walker, who ran off to Italy. That's not going to save your marriage. Art's Pep, man. Pep's wife's gone for 30 years and he's got slapped. They go low, we go lower. Simple as that. It is what it is. But yeah, man, there was bad blood. It comes down to pride, man. It comes down to pride. The way they talk about us now, I don't want to be liked. I don't really care about who likes Arsenal Football Club if you do not support us. Would I like us to be treated fairly in the media? 1,000,000%. I really just care about consistencies from the ref. And you see how mad it is. They actually wanted Michael Oliver to ref this game. Boy, it's crazy, people. But yeah, let's not be dumb. We all know what Mikel Arteta probably said to the players. We all know how they felt. For me, the game's done. The manager don't want to speak too much on it. He knows if he speaks, headlines. It's mad. On how the team has evolved to be able to dominate games. We've done listen, whatever people say about Arsenal, the top 6 records, they're in it. Whether we win, lose, or draw against the top 6, we're a lot more competitive. We're not getting beaten up and battered and bruised. It's there. We don't need to get on that. First half was wavy. Lewis Skelly drawing praise from his gaffer. I wasn't expecting it. I was talking today with one of our staff members about what he needs to threaten more in the final third when he gets into this position. Ricky did it the other day against Wolves and he scored. Our fullbacks are now generating these kind of things. The same with Duran. He adds threat. He gave different kind of problems to the opposition. So great. On deadline day, I don't know. My phone has been off with the transfer window. Forbidden to call me, text me about any of that. My focus is that we have the best preparation we can have for Wednesday. That's the only thing I was interested in. On Lewis Skelly's character, respectfully, Gaffer, we will know his character, but that's on him. He's been nurtured in the academy. He's got it inside him. He feels it, and he's very good at expressing that as well. Some players struggle with that. He does it in every action. He does it with his body language. He does it with his facial expression, how he lives the game, and with the ball he takes. He wants to make things happen. He takes risks, and he prospers. He takes initiative, and at his age, it's not easy to see. On the talent coming through at Haylen, listen, Max Dolman, tech time, couple years, you're involved, and a couple of others. And there's a couple in the under 14s and 15s, but that's a long way from here. There's a lot of work that has to be done in the academy. A lot of people have contributed to that. And hopefully they'll be really proud because of the big part of their success is a lot of people that have been in that process. Big up Ryo on them crucial saves. He obviously is going to believe in Ethan. I believe in them, that we believe in them. When I put them next to the boys, they feel that with them, they are good or better. You know, that's really, really important, and that they play with a lot of purpose. They played really to contribute and to make things happen. That's what I like about them. Big up David Raya. We know we need to control the emotional states, and we know the equalizer with pivotal. And again, people, the more you look at it, the brazier it is, isn't it? Like, we actually hit them for 5. I got 5 on it. Every now and again, you lot make me happy, man. You lot make me happy, and he's just a lad. Look, this is who Haaland's dad is tweeting about. This young kid has the internet on strings. Just a young kid living the dream of playing for Arsenal Football Club, living his dream. The statistics of being a footballer, as we know, are very slim. That's who's got the internet on strings. Big up Ethan. We already know. Stay humble, Haaland. Big up the geezer here doing that. So it is what it is. This team that wins everything. Shut up, Alfie Haaland, man. Just shut your mouth, man. Look at you, prick. Absolute prick muppet. Go get back for Ricky, man. It's still out here. What a week it's been for Ethan. Amazing stuff. And what a cold celebration that was, man. On the transfer front, allegedly, Arsenal are keen to do a deal with Tel before deadline day closes on Monday and will prefer a move with some sort of obligation included. There's a feeling that Tel is Premier League bound in this window. Now it's a case of where people. Now, depending on where you look, smash the like button, people. There is a lot of conflicting news with Tel, people. The time's ticking. We ain't got time. Arsenal step up pursuit of Bayern Munich forward Tel as talks stall with Man United. Tel could be set to swap Bayern Munich for Arsenal on deadline day, with the two clubs in talks over his transfer. I mean, we always link with Bayern Munich players. You could make a case of whether it's true or not. If I was a journalist, you could easily link Gnabry, Coleman, Sane, Tel to Arsenal immediately. So it all depends. The 19-year-old isn't getting the game time he would like at Bayern. He is struggling for such. Apparently, he has no shortage of suitors and has been given the green light to move away from Germany, people. He's been restricted to just 3 starts in all comps. He's failed to chip in with a goal in any of his 13 outings. Now, he's not playing. You're going to look rubbed. I hear it if people saying, why would you spend 40, 50, 60 million euros? For me, I think he's a talent. I think he's going to be a player. I think there's going to be a time everyone's going to gas him. I think he'd be one of the most important signings we can make in the last 2 years. I really believe in his talent. So if it was up to me, which is not, he's an Arsenal man by the end of play today. He's been linked with Chelsea, been linked with Man United. Couple players are rejecting Spurs. Apparently, he rejected Spurs. Man are getting rejected by the Sassy, you know. Certain man's owners are flying out to Germany and Tell saying no. No matter how bad our struggles are, or even if you support a club that's doing better than Arsenal, like I would say Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, even City, no matter how bad you have the struggles with as fans, sometimes look at Spurs. Because are your struggles really problems? Nobody cares about them. Nothing club. Them man there just live up to their season is just centered around Arsenal. Little boys. Spurs agreed a permanent fee. They said no. That's crazy. All I see with my manager is he gasses the players. We all know Saka's been injured. We all know Gabriel Jesus is injured, and we need some attackers. Man United apparently had 2 bids rejected, along with an option. The problem is that Bayern want a permanent. But from Tel's perspective, he's prepared to go on loan and he's open to Man United. This might work for Arsenal if there's an option or obligation. It would be in the region of 60 million euros, which equates to about 50 odd million pounds. If Bayern's stance softened, this is what Arsenal are trying to understand. But then Man United also come back in. Chelsea have Tel on their list as well and would like to sign him permanently. There was talk earlier in the window of Nkunku going the other way. Tel is... that's my alarm going off. Apologies. Tel is concerned about his game time at Chelsea if he goes there. From Arsenal's point of view, the advantage Tel has is that he's a left winger, but he can also play up front. He'll be a striker long term, and he could also do a job on the right. But the left-hand side is cash money, in my opinion. His versatility is an appeal to Arsenal, and that's why they have talks later this morning. When did this come out? Later this morning. When did this article come out? 8:58 a.m. today. So, boy, we're going to need to get a move on, mate. He left it late. Should Arsenal secure Tel's services, it would prove to be a brilliant 24 hours for the club, having humiliated Man City at the Emirates on Sunday, having humiliated Man City on Sunday. I think the internet's lagging. The Gunners romped to a 5-1 victory. 5-1. So, yeah, we're here for this, people. Again, the Daily Telegraph or the Guardian or whatever saying Arsenal remain in talks over a potential move for Tel. Bayern are pushing for a permanent sale or an obligation to buy to be included in any loan until the end of the season, while Arsenal are pushing for a loan with an option to buy, folks. Again, Romano has said we've explored the deal to sign in, people. But again, Sky Sports have said Arsenal are unlikely to follow up their interest in Bayern Munich forward Tel as things stand. They've explored the conditions of a deal in this transfer window. Manchester United's move for Tel is increasingly unlikely to happen. Has he got cold feet and said, you know what, I don't want to go nowhere? Arsenal and United unlikely to continue Tel pursuit, according to Sky Sports. But why though? I mean, that's cool. You can go after Tel, go after Cunha, go after this one, go after that one. Just make sure when deadline day finishes, we've got a player. I like Lewis Skelly. I like Ethan's in particular. But you're naive. You're naive if you make that City game make you think that we don't need to do anything. who don't hear must feel in it. And what I would say is we've seen this before. At this point, there's not, you lot are intelligent people. That's why you're here. I don't need to tell you why this is silly in it. At this moment in time, and you'll probably get a lot of content and live streams from me today. Obviously, we've got to be close to the computer. At 2 p.m., I'm gonna have Zara on the platform as well. Miguel Delaney on Ollie Watkins said, Arsenal have been considering another move for Ollie Watkins, having first approached Aston Villa last Monday. That inquiry left Arsenal with the understanding that the player may be available for a certain price. There was at that point a difference of at least 20 million in valuation. Arsenal spoke to Villa over whether a deal of around 40 million would be possible, but 60 million is more likely a figure to get a deal done. Villa are known to be close to PSR limits, which is why their business elsewhere has encouraged Arsenal to go for Watkins. As we know, Duran's gone there. That's probably eased the PSR strings a bit. With Watkins having turned 29 at the end of the year, Arsenal are only likely to go for him in this window and at a certain price, propelling a sense of now or never for the player that has always wanted to play for the club. I don't endorse or condemn ITKs, but this AFC Camden, who at times has been right, to be fair, growing sense Arsenal will stick and not twist, not been able to convince future targets to move now, and the club are slapping big premiums on their players this window. Don't rule out another bid for Watkins as he's actively pushing for his dream move, but it will take a lot. That's great, but we're paying for the sins of the summer. At this point, there's no points that I haven't covered in videos and points you lot have said in relation to why Arsenal find their way in this position. I've got nothing more to say. You either sign the players or don't, and you hold the slaps if, you know, we are still having the same conversations, man. Fair enough, though. Never say never in this game, and the club are still working, but also a feeling that they are over the worst of the fixture congestion. Back to one game a week pretty much from now until the end of March, when they hope to have Saka back in contention. Risky, in my opinion. It is risky, and this is what I feared. All it takes is the young players, especially Ethan, stepping up, hearing something a bit more positive about Saka, you know, form doing their thing, little 10-day rest after the Newcastle game. Who don't hear must feel in it. Okay. And I think Henri's bang on the money. He said, we need a 9. Nobody's going to ask for a 9 after you win 5-1. We should be asking for a 9. The situation is still the same. We've been asking for a 9 for 4 transfer windows. Facts. You can lie and say, oh, we had different goal scorers. We scored 5 goals and we scored from open play, and completely lie to yourselves and say that we don't have issues with open play. We don't have issues with needing reinforcements in an attacking sense. And if that's down to you and what you want to do, I respect everyone's opinion. But I think that's extremely naive and borderline stupid, if I'm honest. Now, in terms of outgoings, Arsenal defender Maldini Kukuri is close to a Bromley loan. He's set to join League Two side Bromley on loan until the end of the season, people. He made his debut. Now it's time to go play real football. Apparently, Ishmael Kaba, Jack Henry Francis, Nathan Butler, Oyedeji could all leave. Where Kaba and Nathan are concerned, now they need to go play football. And if it happens here, it happens here. If it don't, it don't. But if you're unable to get Tell or Watkins or whoever, in terms of bodies, for them, they need to be pushing to leave permanently. But for us, from a selfish club point of view, I don't know if we sanction those away, people. Arsenal remain interested in finalising a deal for Aston Villa forward Ollie Watkins before transfer deadline day. Either you're going to put up the bread and overpay for the 29-year-old or not, people. It's either 60 million or nothing. Time is ticking, people. You know, again, I don't doubt that the club probably spoke to Sesko and said that we know we wanted you last summer. We're going to go for you in the summer, but you're on leaving Leipzig and joining us now. We know the January market, but everyone knows that hasn't stopped a lot of other teams. A lot of teams have also felt the struggles in that regards, but a lot of teams, regardless, are making it happen. You either make it happen or you find excuses. So, yeah, man, I hope we get either Ollie Watkins or Tell. It doesn't seem like we're linked with who we really linked with in deadline. See how shameless the media is. Okay, I don't believe this crap, but in order to give you lot the content you lot want, Arsenal to smash Nico Williams' release clause as Tell talks stall. Arsenal are set to be foiled in their attempts to land Bayern Munich striker Tell, as Football Transfers understands that Nico Williams remains Mikel's priority signing. You know what? They're just getting one last little clickbaity thing in it. The Gunners have been chasing a striker throughout the transfer window. Sesko proved impossible to land this month, while an offer for Watkins was not back. So have we pivoted back to an inside forward versus a striker now? Tell is the latest player to have been in talks with the Emirates club, but according to Football Transfer sources, this deal will break down over the Bundesliga side's demands. Okay. Whether it's overpaying for Watkins, doing whatever they want for Tell, respectfully, and I kind of disregard the City game in the most respectful way. You've got Saka, you don't know when he's coming back, right? But he will, you hope he's back at some point. So let's disregard Saka at this moment. Guys that we know are fit from now to the end of the season: Ethan, Kai Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli. If I'm missing, whoever I'm missing out is dead, innit? Wait, Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, Ethan, Raheem Sterling. Is that enough to somehow turn it around on Wednesday? To somehow score the goals, to keep the talking points going week in, week out with Liverpool? If you get to the latter stages of the Champions League, and obviously we got to get through the first knockout stages. If it is, fair enough. Apparently, Vincent Kompany's outfit wanted a permanent sale or a sale with a purchase obligation. Arsenal are unwilling to give them either of those possibilities. What? Just pay the peas, bro. This guy's lit. And apparently he was tracking him when he was at Rennes. Just pay the peas, man. Just put the peas down. While Arsenal are likely to scramble until deadline day to try to find a number 9 to offer support to Kai Havertz, with Gabriel Jesus out until the end of the season. It's longer than the end of the season due to a serious injury. A late bid for Watkins and Vlahovic are 2 to watch. The Gunners are also planning towards summer. That's great. Everyone's planning towards summer. Liverpool's manager Arne Slot said we're doing stuff towards summer. That's great. We're in February now. Arsenal ready huge Nico Williams offer. But again, you can activate his release clause. Does the man want to leave mid-season? And especially not only leave mid-season with your boyhood club that you want to achieve things with, leaving at deadline day. So you're selling them short. It sounds all great, but in reality, it's probably not. Football Transfers exclusively revealed that Arsenal tried to land the Spain international during January, but after showing a willingness to match the player's release clause, were unable to do a deal. It's a case they will revisit in the summer. Football Transfers understands the Gunners are even ready to pay above Nico Williams' release clause of 58 million to get the deal done. I believe the last sentence that I just read purely because it's a bit like Zubamendi, and it's even going back to the Torreira deal. Like, we're prepared to pay a bit more if we stretch out the payments, like a little interest kind of thing. So this is dead. But by spending more on the player, they can ensure more favorable terms, which could be valuable in future seasons with regards to Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. We all know what's going to come out tomorrow in The Athletic, right? They're going to exclusively tell us we tried to sign Neymar and Lionel Messi, and this name was floated, like Haaland's name was floated in relation to trying to buy him. We know what is clockwork. Us Arsenal fans, we know the merry-go-round we're on in it. Nico Williams is ready to accept the Gunners' offer in the summer with the presence of Spain international colleagues David Raya, Mikel Moreno, and Zubamendi, who will hook up with the Gunners at the end of the season, thought to be vital in his thinking. But it's not just Arsenal. You'd imagine Barcelona are going to spin the block, and a lot of Prem teams and a lot of teams in Europe. So we'll have to see. Apparently, Flamengo are prepared to seal Jorginho deal in the next days, valued from the club's World Cup in 2025. He's closing in on a move to Flamengo on a free transfer from June, as Arsenal did not accept a fee for a January transfer, which is fair enough, man. Once again, would you not give Thomas Partey a new deal, people? And I agree with Omri there. What's this? Again, people, I'll be live with Zar at 2 p.m, man. So make sure you lot join me there, people, where we'll continue the Arsenal chat. I prefer, my guest to speak. I'll shut up and hear his thoughts, innit? But let's see if there's anything. Tottenham about, nah. No, we've just seen the Jorginho, bro. Gary Neville, shut up, man. I'm not even gonna. Do you know what? I need to. I air it, but obviously it's in front of me. No one at Arsenal cares what Gary Neville has to say, man. Gary Neville, please, man. I could do with a payday, please. Me and you boxing, Misfits, please. If you win, you win. I know I'm not getting pumped up by you. That's an easy payday. You chicken connoisseur. I just want the easy fights, man. Fury thing. All right, for charity, well. You can donate to charity. Big up charity, but charity needs to be my bank balance. What was I gonna do? It doesn't seem like there's anything here. Apparently, well, it'd be nice if Arsenal revisited the sponsorship of Visit Rwanda. Is there any morality where money's concerned in life, let alone football? I don't know. So yeah, deadline day. It's not really feeling anyone with any encouragement, is it, people? Slightly, like it's the same 2 names in Tell and Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, until we hear bid accepted, is dead. Tell, it seems like everybody's hitting a roadblock in that regards. We just got to stay on cloud 9 after winning 5-1, if I'm honest with you. I don't know why we need to hijack the Tomori deal. Wouldn't mind Tomori, but you would imagine the priority is an attacker. So there's next to nothing. Now, things can change in a quick succession of time, people, as you lot know. We've got 84 likes. You lot are violating. Arsenal won 5-1, and we ain't got 100 likes. You're boying it, people. Looks unlikely that anyone is coming in. It's true. Nico Williams. Well, for me, Nico Williams, Gyökeres, Sesko, I think Arsenal can convince all of these players to sign. But then when I take off that cap, it's whether they want to leave mid-season or not, I think it's a summer thing. And I think you don't know that as well. Lucky Shaw, appreciate that. Big up DG. That performance shows Ish was personal. That's the second time Pep has conceded 5 goals in his entire career. Super Mick. Now let's keep hunting the Scousers down for the league. Easier said than done. I don't think we can win the league. Obviously, this gives you a bit more optimism and whatnot, but I just think Liverpool are better than everyone, and Liverpool have shown me they can win in different ways. Obviously, when they're on song, Liverpool smack up everyone in the Prem, but they've also shown me they close games like Brentford, they can nick it. They or even at the Emirates where it looked like they were losing, they nicked a point. They've also shown me against Bournemouth. Bournemouth played them off the park. But end of the day, would you rather be in Bournemouth's position where you say you played Liverpool off the park, or would you be in Liverpool's position where end of the day, fucking off the Liverpool with 3 points? Big up Hyper, you're always here. I appreciate the consistent support. One love, Edward, man. Fans need to complain to UK Parliament, pass a law, mandatory club investment. These American capitalist owners are greedy. Pass that law and you'll see a marked difference. Ain't gonna happen, man. The Liverpool fans on social media are not like fans in real life. Football fans on social media are weird, man. City were fighting on life support in the lower leagues. The most impressive thing about MLS shithousery is that he seemingly knows exactly when to reel it in, and most importantly, can back it up. Hey, man, he's just a cool cat. Man said I look like a ref. Appreciate you, E. It's nice to see everybody smiling. Small club, young boy trying to talk smack to OGs. OGs had to discipline them. Exactly. And you know what's funny? They will still say Foden is a great player, generational talent. Move my players to left back. I need to see England caps for MLS and Ethan in the next international break. Gary Neville literally said he loves a bit of needle when Haaland was acting a fool last game, but now suddenly he wants Haaland to play dirty versus Gabriel. He's a little pussy, old man. Can we talk about how Bernardo Silva never gets punished for dirty ish he does on the pitch? He should have had like 5 red cards. Bro, he's a little bastard, which I like, but you hate against you. He's fouled Trossard and he's booted the ball off him. And I think that point would be mistaken, but that's where we need to, bro, grab him by his neck, man. I'm still buzzing off the win, man. The way we played, I don't care about them trying to downplay the performance because the City's form haters going to hate that. They can do what they want, because if City turned it around against us, there would have been issues. And get in the Champions League, people were saying Bayern Munich are there for the taking, and you saw what happened when we played them. And it's still City. There was elements of, regardless of City falling off and whatnot, City are still City. They're still big dogs. They're still a big football team. Sorry, people. I don't know why the camera's not focusing, man. That's jarring. I really don't know why it's not doing that per se. Yesterday was beautiful. Had to phone everyone and remind them about my club. That run Havertz made for his goal was amazing for a left footer to drag 2 man onto the right, create space on the left, and still be able to make his own space and bang it. I could never hate a gunner. That's the thing with Kai. You can do all the other assets, but in front of goal, boy, it's a madness. Skelly's goal meant more. Arteta needs to realize this. When he deploys the Wenger ball tactics, instead of putting the handbrake on, we're a much better side. You saw how much it meant to him. Skelly has that dog in him, literally the exact player you want in the middle of the park, but as a left back, he's balling too. If you notice, most, if not all, the Highlanders are very technically proficient footballers. It must be a huge part of the academy to work on technique. We're Arsenal, of course. Of course. And also big up Arsenal's women. David, appreciate you for being here. Your super chat yesterday. And obviously all the consistent support you give the platform. It was an epic stream and a game, and it was made better by being here with you lot. Marcel, fuck off, mate. Man can't be happy. Not gonna lie, I saw more of man's chest than goals. Yo, madman. DG, respect the passion. It's like your pitch side with them. You know what? I apologize, man. I'm normally quite not reserved, but quite, what's the word? Quite balanced. But as much as that, bro, I love the club, man. It's hard. Like, I don't pause. And I love sorry, I need to find the charger. I love doing watch-alongs because, oh, we're living and breathing every kick. We're riding every high and low with each other, people. And there's been lows. There's been more lows than highs. Like, at the end of the day, beating City is just a great day at the office. It don't mean much. I want to be like Liverpool in the sense of, this is normal. Where's them 115 charges, man? Where's them 115 charges, man? I like the reaction when you celebrated, went out of frame, and then back on camera with no shot. This is legendary. Got me smiling and shit. I'm a shameless individual, man. We don't get many. Someone in the chat said it'd be 5-1 before the game. Listen, whoever that was, reveal yourself. Lottery tickets, man. DG Harlan said to catch him outside. You know, I wouldn't have it personally. We don't reply to this internet stuff, man. All right, what the hell? DG, look at what SEMA FC said. Or football with Arsenal inside, or we might have a cheeky end. I hear it, but at this point, yeah, I'll be real. Like the window closes at 11 p.m. It's 12:30. I don't want to see rumors. I don't want to go through the nonsense ITK stuff with you. Respectfully, I need to see, and I'm speaking in general. I need to see medicals, bids agreed. People are pictured at London Coley. Man said this is like a trophy. Allow it, man. Allow it, man. Rice is a monster, dispossesses high up the field. Good stream yesterday. It's great with you lot. Been checking Sky Sports all day at work, hoping to see a signing. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. I'm gonna kind of half be there, like, if I'm honest with you, because like, how much time is you gonna watch the same? I guess with social media, it's made it a bit different because you're not hearing nothing. I think transfers in football have gone a bit dead because by the time it's on TV or officially, you kind of got some wind about it. Someone said go on Arsenal Insider. I hear it, but like, what more can you say? Like, what more can they say in that we know it? That this time it looked bleak. You'd imagine whether they do it or not, Arsenal are trying to have a late surprise. But at the end of the day, it's too little, too late. You've had a month. You knew what you needed to do in the summer. You knew what you needed to do when the summer market closed. You knew what you needed to do from the build up to summer to now. It's a reactive window, and we're reacting for no reason. Because even if we disregard all of the injuries and we assume everyone's fit, you can't tell me that we have enough players and we've got strong enough attackers. Arteta said at the beginning and the end of 2024, we've got one of the smallest squads. In the build up to the City game, on his very interview with Sky Sports, what did he say? We have a squad of 19 players. We know it's not sustainable to compete for 4 trophies. We have, I think he said, either 3 or 4 players coming back from long-term injuries. You saw the players we brought in off the back of finishing 2 points off City. When all said and done, did we put our best foot forward in the summer? Was that a summer window that we thought, yeah, we're going to make a meal of the league, and somehow we're still around it? It's complacency, incompetency, naivety, all of it. I can forgive fans for getting excited and thinking it's a bit stupid to me, but it is what it is. We're all stupid and we're all smart in some aspects. I can forgive fans for saying, oh, Kai Havertz is form and all of that. You're naive if you thought he could do that for 38 games. Fair enough, though. Yeah, big Nathan, Marcel's cool, man. He's just saying it in jest, man. I went on Arsenal Insider, actually, but I can't see anything. I'd give Partey a new deal. It's a weird one because I think Partey's been one of our best performing players this season. And when he's in midfield, he's cash money. I would want to give him a new deal, but at the same time, yeah. And he's also been ever present. A bit like I've only seen, I think in terms of throughout a course of a season, I think throughout Partey's time, even the fact that he's played whatever landmark we just read a few moments ago, like it's a bit like Tomiyasu should have played a lot more. I think I've only seen 2 seasons of a consistently good Partey. I think what we've seen this season so far, and I also feel the first title challenge when it was him and Xhaka, obviously he's been a good player, but that consistent brilliance where you've been staying fit and been able to do things. You had a good run in towards the end of last season, but you was missing. So if you give him that new deal, does he revert back to type? Does he want to explore other options? Because there is a scope for. There's some rumors that say he's actually got a 1-year option in his contract that hasn't been triggered. So I don't know what that is telling you. But yeah, man, it's a difficult one. If it was up to me, I'd give him a 1-year deal with an option of another year. If you're Partey, do you want to go for that? Because you might get an offer from Spain where they're giving you a 2-year deal, and at 30, however old, that's a good deal to take. Or you might even get a 3-year deal. You might have Saudi. You might. I don't know. You might want to stay at Arsenal. You might want to stay in London, but not necessarily Arsenal. Might go somewhere else. But yeah, it's interesting. People say Rice is a 6 maybe, but he's not a lone 6. He does not have the skills for that. Bit harsh because you see him do it at West Ham. I'd say for Arsenal, where we want to be progressive on the ball, probably not, because your first attackers are your defenders in the modern day with the ball. What I would say with Rice, whether it's an 8, 6, as much as I'm more than happy to speak about positions, I think we get too hung up on that. And he's just a bloody brilliant midfielder. Big up Inner Circle because you're always here, man. Hope you got some tips and extra money driving the cabs around London, man. Remember, Ethan chose us over mega bucks. I'm glad he's first. But the peas are going to land, bro. You're going to get the peas. You're going to get the peas. You're going to be on like 50 bags and whatnot. And then, if I'm Arsenal, I'm pushing to sign Lewis Skelly and Ethan to 5-year deals. If I was their agents, I'm doing what Saka's agent does. 3-year deal, maybe an option of a 4th. Just because if you sign a 3-year deal within the next year from that point, 18 months, it's new deal time. And if you keep doing what you're doing, which as you see, Saka gets better and better and getting more important, more money. As much as people don't want to talk about money grabbers, and I love the club, end of the day, career short. And it's like any job. If you know your worth, you should get what you paid for. There's a lot of people in life, and I guess in football, where they're underpaid. They're undervalued and they're underpaid. And half of these pundits, more the old school ones that call these footballers money grabbers and that, when they're doing away from just normal punditry, when they're doing like documentaries or like talking about their own times, all they do is cry about I was underpaid and this and that. Half the players that played under George Graham come out and say that. So yeah, let the work on the pitch do the talking. Amen. Big up yourself into the box. What a name. We've got a novice in Jason Itel putting in stupid 45 million bids. To be fair, on one hand, I don't think it's stupid because you if you can get less, why not? He is 30 years of age. They did, I do hear it. But on the other hand, for me, it's stupid because end of the day, you're not going to get him. You try to put a little bid and make them think, right, you know what? We're going to sell Watkins, he's 29, and give Duran a chance. It didn't happen. Lewis Skelly living rent-free in Rivals fans. Bro, I'm seeing grown men YouTubers, grown men, your dad, Haaland's dad. It's all from an 18-year-old living his dream, Tell won't be leaving in Jan. Sky Sports shut down the Tell deal. Lewis Skelly's a scumbag and I love it. See my AFC. But the thing is, I don't want to believe these ITKs. Respectfully to them, I'm not saying they do or don't know what they're talking about, but everybody can. I can't see it. I can't see it. Everyone can just say stuff. At this point, I just want to see things happening. Only ITK I somewhat trust is Hands of Ozil. I see him. I think him, AFC Camden, couple of them, like Marble Hills, is it? Couple of them say good things, but again, I'm at the point where I just need to see signings. I have heard that Arsenal have been speaking to someone. As to who it is, I don't know, but I think it's Vlahovic. Well, I mean, you'd imagine Vlahovic is attainable. His contract's running down. Seems like there's been a deadlock between Juventus and him. Is the highest earner at Juventus, and by default, Serie A. Arteta was linked with him before. I still rate him, but I was more heavy on signing him at the time he was actually linked with him to what we see now. I'm not. I mean, if you score the goals, I don't care, and you're a better striker than what we can put there now. But I don't know, man. And I just think with Watkins, he's 29. You could see kind of how he could potentially coexist with a Sesko. Now, I don't believe Arsenal in an ideal world we'd be talking about Ollie Watkins now. Sesko or an next striker comes in. You've got them two fighting it out / being options. Also, you'd have Kai Havertz. I don't think that's going to happen. Probably getting Sesko in the summer. This window is muddied. How have West Ham got a striker? We haven't. We were linked with Ferguson, but yeah. As an Arsenal fan, we should sign Tell because we've left it late. But my logical, realistic mind says we won't sign anyone. It's crazy, man. It is what it is, man. Come on, stop with this Watkins. I don't think Watkins is my first choice, but I'm not saying you, but beggars can't be choosers. Two, people are talking like Watkins. I'll be real. People talking like Watkins is dead. Like people are talking like Watkins is dead. Like you can't help us at all. Like man are talking like we're signing someone from the Sunday League. Like he's a good player. He's a proven goal scorer. He's Premier League proven. We've seen him bag against us. I don't even care that he's an Arsenal fan, but I know some Arsenal fans will lap that kind of stuff up. He's an Arsenal fan. His movement, all that jazz is good. Do you remember when? Before the Vlahovic rumours, but do you remember when Dominic Calvert-Lewin's stock was a lot higher? Certain teams in North London got sourced by Dominic Calvert-Lewin the other week. But do you remember when his stock was a bit higher? We was linked with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Gabriel Jesus at point, Vlahovic, Osman was linked them times. And so was my man, Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins was one of the first kind of striker links we were seeing under Arteta when we got to a point. Damn well we ain't getting no Nico Williams, bro. I really hope we keep Partey for another year. I guess the only thing stopping me wholeheartedly saying give him a new deal is what I can't see. And that's a year from now, if Partey's still playing like this, and we're like, right, good to keep him. On the other hand, if he reverts back to type, then there's issues. And I just don't know with the club because are you going to get me a striker, a left winger, renew the deals of Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli, Saka, if I haven't said that. New deals. We're not going to break the bank, but Ethan and Miles need new deals. Again, I don't want to talk on players that are not at the football club, but we hear you trying to get Zubamendi done. Are you going to do that and give Partey a new deal? I just think the club know Partey's quality. I mean, Mikel Arteta always starts, enforces him right back, persists with him even with the injuries. But he has, let's be honest, well, we don't know this, but I don't think the likes of Thomas Partey, Gabriel Jesus, and I would say of the last two windows, Zinchenko, I don't think the club have tried to push them out like, yeah, you lot need to go. I think they've indirectly made it clear that they're for sale and they'll be open to doing business. And I just think with Thomas Partey, they're just saying, you know what, 30 plus odd years of age, on big money, probably going to get some new signings, probably going to put people on renewals. If you can get Partey off the wage bill, Zinchenko off the wage bill, Tini's on 100 grand, Nelson's on 100 grand, the Lokongas, etc., you start to have more resources to play around with. But then you also could caveat that and say, you know, can Zubamendi, Declan Rice, Moreno, any of them, they're all good players, but can they offer what Partey offers? I don't know. And I'm being greedy. I would love to have Zubamendi, Rice, Moreno in the squad. Obviously, the luxury of Partey is where it is. There comes a point you say to clubs, what do you want? Let's cut the games. What's the number? Facts. Either we can work with that or not and keep it moving. Exactly. And to be honest, with a matter of hours, whether you're overpaying or not, this is the level you're at. I would love Kareem Adeyemi. He'd make me I'll pull my hair out because he's extremely frustrating, but he'd give us a gear. Vlahovic on loan. Surely it would need to be a loan with an obligation because Juventus don't have another striker. You're going to have to take them wages on, and you're going to have to obviously have an obligation because if he comes to Arsenal on a dry loan and succeeds, Juventus will say, you know what, great, bag of clubs will be interested. If he came to Arsenal and stunk up the place, people are going to say, oh, you didn't look that good of recent at Juventus. You're stinking up the place at Arsenal. He's got a 1-year deal. He's got what? From the summer, he's going to have a year left on his deal, and they're going to have a player they can't flog. The amount of emergency meetings at midnight, we signed no one. We tried to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, but he wasn't available. We all know the articles that are going to come out. We tried to sign Messi, Xavi, this one, that one. We need a player with stardust. The funds are going to be made available in the summer, and that's all great. Putting funds to the summer. I want to see that. There's a lot we need to do in the summer. It's February. It's just turned February. In the summer is what we heard last year, and look how that turned out. Just cut the chattings and put down the Ross money. Everyone has a price, no matter what. Everyone has a price. Exactly. And I like the fact, I like that away from how it's being done. I like the fact that we have to be really convinced in isolation. We have to be really convinced on a player. We're not just splashing peas and all of those kind of things. But sometimes there's an exception to the rule. And I think Ollie Watkins could be that. Like, Ollie Watkins, you get him. He's 29. It doesn't necessarily kill the Sesko pathway. He helps us immediately now. As I say, it's very different. I don't think Alex Ferguson cared when he signed Van Persie at 29. How old was Jamie Vardy when he kicked a Premier League ball? There has to be, sometimes there's got to be exceptions, man. I would offer Partey a new deal. He still has a lot to offer, and we can manage his minutes better. We get Zubi next season to prevent injuries. And also, Zubimendi's a great player, but we ain't got him for one to be talking like this. But we have to give him time to adapt to the league. Partey's ready for this. Hit the like for your boy DG, man. Pay your way. Appreciate that, K. The like button and subscribing is free. Nico Williams might have given the green light. If he's given the green light, then it's wavy. But I don't think he has, man. Nah, DG, I don't believe Liverpool can beat us. I think we are better than them. They are just more consistent across 38 games. But that's it. That's what means something. Because sometimes we've seen City win the league, and their top 6 record hasn't actually been that good, but they've won the war. Might not win a trophy, man. We might not win a trophy. What we won yesterday was Foden playing yesterday. Bro, people have been crying for ages about how woke the game is. People want Prime Barkley's Prem back. I'm here for this shit, Housery. DG, goal reactions are priceless. Big up yourself, man. I apologize for my conduct. Haaland's a bully. He should be a bully. The Invincibles were bullies. Coffee tasting extra good this morning. You man smoke City just like we did. It's easy. Fair play. But not for us. It's not normally like that. DG's where's the signing? I wish I knew, man. You guys aren't winning the league, though, so it means nothing. Big up DG in the chat. Jay, appreciate you. I'm not going to say the rest of your name. Yeah, that's cool. And we ain't. But one thing I'm not going to have is Spurs fans telling me about winning trophies and it means nothing, etc., etc. Like, let's all remember our place in the future, man. Come on now. Big up yourself. We can see it's visible how referees penalise Arsenal, hate Arsenal, so why Liverpool have a huge gap on Arsenal. Refs have played a part, but, bro, I can't blame refs for why we didn't beat Bournemouth, why we didn't beat Newcastle, why we couldn't break down a low block against Everton, because it's the fine margins. Liverpool have won and lost titles against City on fine margins. We have been the bridesmaid and never married because of that. And even that, I do think Liverpool are going to... I think Liverpool are better than everyone at this moment. I do think they're going to drop points. But I also think we're going to drop points. And again, with the race ticking down, the margin for error is less. And then also the title, like the players, bro. Like, I'm not dissing our players, but you can't sit here and say we don't need reinforcements. We need the right signers this window. Throw the bag at the right man, if not buy a little 40 million striker. All right, one love for the super chat. No special message, just sending support. Slap those arrogant City scrubs. Jerome, appreciate you. I wish there was a message. Well, there was a message indirectly. I can't lie, man. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. I'd slap the 60 odd million quid on Watkins, man. Like, it is what it is. I would play around with the money. There must be some outgoings we can do, some playing around with the PSR. It is what it is. Shift happens. Oh man, everybody's been running that, you know. Everyone's been running that joke about effing no one. You put Partey in a 1 year rolling contract. It's absolute nonsense from Arteta. He is a stubborn man, but I do think managers need to be stubborn to agree. Why are people blaming Arteta for our signings? He's publicly asked for players. Our club does not run like it used to be in Wenger days. Arteta has a say on who we approach, then it's down to the DOF. I'm going to be real. I feel like Partey does get away with a lot. I feel like we're ready to move on from him unless he wants to do a 1 year. However, Saudi come chat. I must admit, yeah, I do think Partey has flaws. But I do think internally within the Arsenal fan base, I'm not saying I'm not saying anyone's wrong, but and maybe it's because the off the field stuff that I don't want to comment on. If he's done that, playing for Arsenal should be the least of your problems. You know where you should end up in it. But I do think people are dishonest, you know. For me, everyone's allowed an opinion and it's all subjective. I don't think anyone can sit here and tell me Partey has not been one of our best performers this season. You know, and again, Arsenal fans, completely off topic, yeah. When are we going to start the campaign for, I will say Ethan as well, but I think Miles Lewis-Skelly at this moment in time has the strongest case. When are we going to start the campaign for Miles Lewis-Skelly PFA Young Player of the Year? Like, we've got a case, you know, because he's actually a youth man playing well. I'm seeing 23-year-old Foden get that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. DG afternoon, bro. I got it completely wrong saying we'll get owned. I had to put a video out and put my hands up. We have to keep Partey. That guy can make things happen even off the ball. Richie, takes a strong man to say you were wrong. It is what it is. Like, you could be wrong. And I'm happy. I'm sure you're happy that you was wrong. And we won in dramatic fashion, man. I'm on keeping Partey. I wouldn't cry. I can understand that he's going to leave. My gut is he leaves, in it. And I do think it's for the club. I think sometimes we don't find the replacements for the players that need replacing until evidently we need to get rid of someone, innit? You don't need to wait for the sell by date for your milk to realize I need to buy another carton. And I can't lie, I personally feel what year was it we signed Declan Rice and Havertz, which in hindsight the plan was to play Havertz and Rice in midfield. I wanted Lavia. Like, we used to have a running joke on my streams. Like, I was happy about Rice, but I genuinely thought, another midfielder was linked with Lavia. I wanted Lavia that summer because I felt that was the younger kind of Partey model. Brother, don't make them greedy. What's Arteta to blame for? Look at everyone he's asked for and then end up getting. He wanted Zubamendi and got Vieira. Do we know this? He wanted Rafinha, ended up with Trossard. Wanted Isaac, ended up with Havertz. 5 years. Gone, no EPL title, no guarantee in the next coming season. Nothing's guaranteed. And at the same time, we haven't put our best foot forward. Yeah, bro, Haaland. And big up, your dads are probably the only man in life that wants you to do better than them. So big up Haaland's dad. But remember yourself, man. You're zesty you, bro. DJ, if we don't sign anyone, at least a top forward today, then all this don't matter. Bro, I always say you need to part things off. I'm happy to batter City. I'm happy to run jokes. And I can't say it doesn't mean anything because we got 3 points. We all know the talking points if we lost 5-1 or if we didn't get 3 points. But that's great. The problems are still there. Like, they're still there. It's like being in the bookies, losing week in, week out, and you finally won. It don't really mean much. So the issues are still there. It don't mean, like, for me, if you don't sign a striker, I'm not really here to do the fake optimism thing, the Dubai trip, the players back in form. That's all ifs and buts. I kind of like, there's no guarantee even if you make signings, but I kind of like concrete reasons to be optimistic. And I don't think we can somewhat have any real hope of clawing back our season if we don't dip into the market. But we've been saying that for a month, and it's deadline day. It's like knowing you need a test. You got a test coming up at the end of the month. And in the last few days, only now you start revising. DG, oh, sorry, I've seen that already. Apologies. Josh needs to get ruthless today, telling Tim Lewis, Garlic, Arteta, Jason Ito, a striker has to happen today. If Josh really loved this club, he would demand a striker. They don't love football. We love it, man. Arsenal should get Boniface from Leverkusen or Samu from Porto. I can see why Chelsea were going for Samu, if I'm completely honest with you. But again, Porto, they're going to want Box. And it seems like it's a different position, but it seems like they're losing a key player in that Nico guy. He's going City. Boniface, we were linked with him. I don't know how credible those links were. It's probably because we've been linked with him before. He's a striker. Clearly, Leverkusen are willing to sell him because he was going to go Saudi. I'm not too sure. Abdullah, appreciate you because you're always in the chat, man. This is why we can never be fully excited because the owners will never go the extra mile. But Simon Jordan on Talksport asking Keon when are Arsenal going to win something. He's always buying Keon. Simon Jordan, this guy's a troll. That result last night is doing wonders for the fan frustration. Imagine we did no business this window and we didn't win versus City. I think the uproar would be loud. I must admit, I personally think Arsenal are great at capitalizing on emotions. I'll be surprised if a new clothing line ain't dropped today. This should be the one day clothing line should drop. In fact, what they should do is get Miles Lewis Skelly's own thing, people. So yeah, why should we stop about Watkins? Watkins walks into this team. Bro, man, need to stop talking like and I think one thing that goes against Watkins, people do the whole 29 stuff. Obviously, we're not getting Isak, but fans have that dream, including myself, of Isak. We've been linked with Sesko. So, man, are looking at Watkins like he's a scrub. People are talking. It's okay to say you think Watkins ain't good, but don't talk like he can't improve us. Moreno, I don't think he's trash. I just think you're a squad player. Sesko, Duran, Osimhen, Williams, Gyökeres, Arteta uninterested. Oh my God, that win is a curse in disguise. We're not signing anyone. Are we going to sign anyone either way, though? If you had a time machine, would you take back your derogatory comments on Mikel? Would you back the process knowing he's proved your whole view on him wrong? Aussie Cannon, I don't know what you're talking about. Whenever I've been derogatory about Mikel Arteta, I've been quite critical on him when I feel fit, but I've actually fought his case. Please don't. If you're going to do that, rise up receipts. Where's my derogatory comments on Mikel Arteta? And I back everything that I can see in front of me. I'm not going to blindly back no process. I don't blindly back what Arsenal's doing. I make a big case, and I'm sure people in the chat can vouch for me. When I see the positives, the positives. When I see the negatives, negatives. What did I say at the beginning of this? What did I say at the beginning of the watch along last week? Or yesterday, sorry. I think there's reasons to be positive. So if you're going to say derogatory, keyword derogatory, listen, if I've said anything, I stand on everything I've said, especially if I'm right or wrong. But if you're going to say derogatory, Aussie Cannon, rise up some evidence. Don't throw rocks and hide hands. Don't throw balls at my head like Haaland and then run away. Don't ever tell me I'm being derogatory to anybody. If you're not going to rise up the comments, word for word, go on my clip, go on my YouTube, rise up the clips, rise up everything. Being critical, asking questions of a manager. I haven't called Mikel Arteta fucking prick, this, that, the third. You can't find that. So stop all of that. Don't do that. Hope you get your brownie points, though. Don't do that. Don't ever, by all means, I always tell you, not what to think, just think. But I can never not have my opinions criticized. I sit here and I critically analyze football and whatnot. So by all means, get at things. I always say I learn a lot from you lot in the chat. I have thoughts on one thing. Someone might say something that makes sense, and I'm going the next way. But derogatory, if you're going to try and put my name next to derogatory statements, rise up things. Derogatory is not asking questions of Mikel Arteta's recruitment or how he's building the squad or his system. Unless I've called him a fucking idiot or this and that and made it personal, derogatory, you can't find that on me. Please, don't fix up your mouth and lie at 12:53 p.m. in the UK, or you're in Australia, so it's even late. So you've even had about 10 hours on, man, to rise up some evidence. Allow it, man. Please don't do that. Anyways, I remember when DG used to always talk about Adeyemi. It's like he sold your stocks. Remember, I always used to say you was his agent. I believe in Adeyemi. He's not kicked on as much as I thought he would. His decision making, I would have him at Arsenal. I think you could. I don't want to see you up front, but you could play on the left, on the right. I think you're good on the transition. I think between you, Martinelli, and Kai Havertz, I'll pull my hair out and I'll look like Pep. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hear it that we tend to wait. We tend to wait now, but that resulted in us bagging Sterling, Havertz, Moreno. Boy. And I wouldn't back any blind process. And I've said, I always give Arteta one love for the recruit, everything he's done from back-to-back 8th to here. But the conversation is now getting over the title. Somebody, please, I'll delete my YouTube channel today if man can keyword derogatory comments on Mikel Arteta. I don't know. Maybe it's some other YouTubers, I can't imagine anyone looks like me, but there are other blackies. Is there colour thing? I'm being silly, man. Nobody say don't be annoyed, but your annoyance to the right place, though. You wouldn't blame the cashiers for the toilets not being clean. Don't blame Arteta for DOF role. I don't think that's in relation to me. Arsenal tried to sign on DG, if I'm incompetent in your company, what would you do? First, I have to blame myself as an owner, but then I have to have reviews and ask what's going on. I don't think anyone's blameless. I don't think you can gas up Arteta when people sign for this club and then say he has no say in transfers. Definitely now, even with Edu gone. Who are they going to... I know Jason Ito's a sporting director and Arteta's a manager, but who are they going to listen to? Little man who was a sporting a summer intern, or Mikel Arteta, who's at the end of the day going to play these players? Cronkies, Arteta, everybody shares the W's and L's. That's just me. Or is that derogatory? Is that derogatory? Is it a colour thing? Big up, bro. Let the battle begin. Mr. Onslaught, slot ball. We ain't got issues, bro. You, man, champions elect, man. I hope I'm wrong. But that's a mad thing. No, 100% has been one of our best. I think we always get to a stage and then never upgrade or prepare for them to exit. And I feel like he's getting that age where it shows more. True, because it is easy to overrun Partey. I must admit, and I am taking this a bit out of context here, but this is just my thoughts as a fan. I don't think we've replaced Granit Xhaka, and I don't think we've replaced Aubameyang. Like, it's a bit of a madness. Partey's mentality is crazy. It's well documented. He doesn't take away. I listen. Allow me. DG, how old is Ollie Watkins? 29. He's not value for money. And you're right, Warren. And I get all the talk about longevity and resale value and all of that, yeah. But the flip side of that is, bro, I do think as fans, we get caught in, we always need to think about tomorrow and years and resale value. Bro, man, just need to improve now. And I know it's very different, but when we signed Jorginho and Trossard, they can't have sat here and spoke of longevity. It's fair to say Trossard's been all right. So I'm just saying there can be some exceptions to the rule. Arsenal is the biggest crybaby team in history. Whole club is rattled by a single 20-year-old forward. We're rattled. Okay, enjoy the winning over City when they're at their lowest trophy and you won't win anything. We might not win anything, man. That's the goal, to go and win something. We might not win anything. We won yesterday. We move forward. It is what it is. We can be crybabies. So you're telling me you're taking time out of your day to write paragraphs on a team that's crybabies and haven't won anything. City being at their lowest is their business. Because when Arsenal was getting tumped up, when we had Socrates, and in fact, when we was getting tumped up, when we took Sol Campbell and Sylvester and all these guys out of retirement, no one said that. That's their business. That's them at their lowest. Because of their high standards. Still got flipping Pep Guardiola. Still just spent the bag that I wish my club would do in January. Still got the golden boy Phil Foden. Still got the golden boy Haaland. Oh, shock horror. Arsenal Football Club are charged up between using what Haaland done against us at the Etihad as motivation. Fair enough. Shoot us. We're the first and the last team for that. We might not win anything. We will enjoy winning. We will enjoy winning the game yesterday. And hopefully we can win a trophy. I don't think we're winning a trophy. Just type that without crying, bad man. Let me remind us, last season, the same Ollie Watkins destroyed us and he ruined our day. What I'm about to say sounds insane, but would you try João Felix? Listen, I'm having mad thoughts because I'll do you one better than João Felix. Is it a Welbeck thing? I know. Is it a Welbeck thing? Can play on the left, can play up front, still doing the business for Brighton. Is it a Danny Welbeck? See what Brighton are saying. The thing is, I don't think João Felix helps us because it's going to sound dumb, but I just think you're a great player. But where do you play? Is your best position off the left, in the 10 or up front? But we need bodies. We have worked with Chelsea before, but you need to buy him permanently, or you need to do something like make Neto's deal permanent that frees up a loan. Don't want to hear nothing, man. Our man's this is how you know our man's rattled. You know, our man has gone on Twitch and on YouTube. That's cool, man. City being at their lowest moments, their business. That is their business. Because I actually think, unpopular opinion, when you watch the game at the whole, in the second up, beyond the second half where the goals ran in, City actually were decent. They weren't terrible. That's their business, bro. Type that without crying. It's definitely not City at their lowest because you used to have Danny Mills in them, man, and Stephen Ireland and that. Type that without crying, bro. What do you want Arsenal to do? Not win? City can be at their lowest. I think you're going to be back next season. The very fact they're talking about City at their lowest and their fourth, what do you want us to do? Type that without crying, bro. Just type that without crying. Run back the past streams. Rise up the evidence, Aussie Cannon. You said it. It's not for me to run it back. If I am committing a crime and you're a policeman and you arrest me, it's not my job to find the crimes that you're alleging me for. It's you to rise up the evidence. You saw me on CCTV, did this. Let's not conflate things you did not like what I said with being derogatory. I need to see the statements. If you care enough to comment it, you care enough to go back. Don't throw accusations if you're not coming with evidence, cold-hearted evidence. DG, you said this, that, and I can hear it. Don't come with no AI bullshit either. Everything's there. I've never been more convinced. Just like when Mikel Arteta caught that charge a few years ago with the referees and he bust case. It's a Lewis Skelly thing, PG, MOL. That I expect to hear an apology tomorrow. Don't confuse being critical with being derogatory. You said it. Nobody you turned on your computer or your phone and came on this stream to type that paragraph. It's down to you to do that. I am not taking out time out of my day to go and find these derogatory terms. You can never tell me that. That's one thing nobody can ever accuse me of. So rise it up, rise up the evidence. You've all had a 10-hour a 10-hour head start. You're in Australia. It's nighttime over there. Rise up the evidence. Don't throw rocks and hide your hands. It's very easy to talk behind the screen and an fabulous thing. Please. Anyways, remember Arsenal, history of success, third biggest domestic trophy haul. Cannot demand trophies, but expect us to compete. Silverware is coming. We've been saying it's coming. Let's get over the line, man. Aussie Caddy just wanted you to interact with him. He knows there's no receipts, but he made his day by replying. Listen, listen, I rate you lot. I love speaking football with you. So if I've made his day, come on. He clearly cares to be, he clearly sees something to be doing all of that. I'm not going to apologize for backing a pro. I have never said I'm against Arsenal's process. I've never, ever just criticized Mikel Arteta. I've praised him where I think you need praise. I've critiqued you where I think there's critique. I'm never going to back I'm never just going to back something blindlessly. I'm not on the cult thing. The derogatory thing is where I'm asking the question. Rise up the evidence. Because I've actually got time to entertain this today. Like, rise up the evidence. That's all I want to hear, bro. That's it. If you rise up some evidence, again, derogatory. Derogatory. What is the Google meaning of derogatory? I'm not even going to lie. I can't even spell that. But showing a critical or disrespectful attitude. I've been critical. I don't shoot me for being critical. Disrespectful, rise up where I've been disrespectful. Rise up where I've said you're the Spanish this, you're a twat, you're this, you're that, derogatory. Show me. Show me. Show me. Why for tearing, man, a new one. Like, big up the other Aussie Gooners, man. Man, bro, man, I don't know why man's on me. Like, I ain't beating no gal in Australia, so I don't know, man. Anyways, DG, what's your opinion on Arteta and youth? I think it's a myth that he's not good with them. Saliba at the beginning of his Arsenal career, Lewis Skelly and Ethan have all been managed perfectly. I know he's technically given Sego Jr. his debut, Nathan Butler Deji's debut, Jack Porter. There's more. Jack Porter, Nathan Butler Deji, Sego Jr., Kakuri, Josh Nichols. I wouldn't include. Has he even? I can't even remember. Has he even played in an official game? I know he's played 1-2 preseason games, but has he played in an official game? Has he played in an official game? I'm not sure on that. I know he's given debuts. Yeah, I think with Mikel Arteta, he's not on the Arsene Wenger thing. He's not on like just hailing galore. I think you need to be I think he's like Pep. If you're on the Cole Palmer, the James McCaitry, the Phil Foden, the Rico Lewis, you're top of the top, then I think you'll bust through. I don't think it's a everybody eats kind of thing. And you're right, like they weren't exactly young, but Saliba went on a little loan. It's fair to say when he got reintroduced, it worked. Odegaard, he did his thing. People can say what they want about Bukayo Saka. He's getting better and better under Mikel Arteta. Martinelli's got better and better, even though he's frustrating at the moment. Smith Rowe was here. Eddie wasn't anything to scream and shout about, but he didn't make some improvements. Obviously, Lewis Skelly and Ethan, at the end of the day, they're good ballers, bro. I think you just have to be them creme de la creme ones, man. If your team beat Nottingham at home and ends up with no trophies in second or third place, would you celebrate like a kid at Christmas morning? Let's apply logic. Yeah, let's apply logic. If I've said I don't believe we're winning this silverware, where would you go with that? Unpopular opinion. You can still be critical on your club in the transfer window and everything that's led us to this point. Be happy that you battered City 5-1 and also have questions. Let's use our brain a bit. I know football isn't white or black, but come on. Come on now. Common sense is really not common. But anyways, 29 for a striker is not that deep. Let's be real. It's not. My brother, I'm not going to lie to you. Aussie Cannon, I don't want to hear nothing but rising up. I don't want to see any paragraphs. Please don't ask me any questions. You came for my character. By all means, you can criticize my appearance, my footballing opinions. You can mock me. But you see, when you're putting my name in derogatory, and I definitely stand, even if I've made derogatory statements in life, I stand on everything I've said. But you see, when you're making that, I don't want to hear nothing from you apart from evidence. That's it, brother. I don't want to hear nothing. Just please. That's it. Can we get to 200 likes? I'll take Danny Welbeck. We're desperate. I would have taken Ferguson, but you have to buy him permanently 29 is young, bro. Prime years. He's prem proven too. And the thing is, yeah, bro, if he signs for, and he's 30 this year, if he does it for 2 years, what is to say Arsenal, and boy, I can't, the way we're moving, what's to say man can't have common sense and say, oh, in the next 2 years, we're going to need to sign a striker. I know it's very different, yeah, but we signed a left back in Zinchenko. Arteta's quickly seen, yo, upgrade on that. We got through different reasons and obviously injuries. Gabriel Jesus, at one point, it looked like Arteta found his forward. One thing led to another. It's now Kai Havertz. He got Aaron Ramsdale, who is young for a goalie, signed a new deal, PFA, there's stability there, whatever, signed David Raya. So if we can just tick over, why not? It could be a little Trossard thing. He must be attention seeker. I know, bro, it's dark. It's dark, bro. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. I know it's dark. But Danny Welbeck, that was a man that, if there is anything you could accuse me of being derogatory, I've said this before, it's very bad mind of me and it's red eye and I shouldn't do this. But I remember when Danny Welbeck was signing for Arsenal, I'm so sure it was there was an international break around that period because this is when England used to train at Arsenal. And they asked Jack Wilshere on Sky Sports about what he thinks of Danny Welbeck. I was watching it and they were saying he's having his medical. Forgive me. I prayed to God that the medical, it didn't bang because Danny Welbeck is a bit like Kai Havertz. You know, let's be honest. Danny Welbeck at United, he's the easy player to mock at their club for their fans. Life humbled me. We signed him. But I can't lie. Danny Welbeck was a decent player for us. And right now, I'm not going to lie. You could do a thing up front. You could do a thing off the left. You could do a thing in the squad, even at your age. Preferably alone. Brighton are not going to go for that. Danny Welbeck's a long shot, man. But I'm desperate. You know, you start saying Ferguson and Vlahovic and Danny Welbeck and there's a couple players, man. There's a couple players. Nico Williams will sign that party. Havertz is frustrating, but he's having his most productive season since Leverkusen days. That's because you're playing up front, man. He probably did. It's a shame we have a world-class centre-back pair, but they won't address the attacking options. We could be levels with a gunman, prolific striker in the summer. We need to now sign midfielders and a striker, and it's that, man. Like we want to get to another level. Jens, listen, we all know what City have won. Cool story, bro. That's so cool, man. That's how I know, man, I rattled, you know, because and it's not even for me, it's just Arsenal. Because if you know you lot have won all of this thing, Arsenal are not going to win anything, surely you go about your day. Like, you go and do your job. You go and revise whatever course you're doing. You don't say you're sending paragraphs. But I hear it, though. Your comment was on screen, though, man. Your comment was on screen, man. They're out, though. You're out. If Arsenal are really not that deep, you carry on with your left. Aston Villa doesn't want to sell, and Arsenal is just enjoying the hanky, I think you mean panky game, because Arsenal has no real intention to buy. I think we tried to be too smart. He tried to preempt something and pre-guess what was going on. Yeah, raw and honest conversation about Mikel Arteta. That is derogatory. Wow. Raw and honest. Being honest. Wow. I'm only entertaining this because I know it's entertaining. Oh my God. Take me to jail. I live in North London. I guess I'm going Pentonville. I'll send you lot my address, man. Put some money on my books, man. Please. Hopefully, you know, canteen on Friday. I'm living. You lost yesterday. Let it go. Bro, man, I don't know what you're saying, like, but you don't know. Big up yourself. Jens, all I care about, please make sure you're hitting the like button, innit? Like, that's it. Like, bro, I didn't air anything. Rise up the evidence of the derogatory comments, man. You're the same one that said Rashford to come to Arsenal. We're desperate. I want Gyökeres. Brother, don't do that. Because again, that's cool. If I wanted Rashford, get on to me for Rashford. Get on to Gyökeres. Raw and honest conversation. Where's the derogatory term? You're moving the goalposts, mate. That's what police do. They nick you for one thing and they throw a lot of shit until it sticks. I'm not like, what's going on here? You got the City brother chatting shit. You got the Aussie cannons gun jamming. Like, that can't be a real cannon. You need to grease down the mash, bro. There's too much bells in it. It's jamming, bro. What's going on? You must be about 7 years of age. You can't be a big man. Anyways, I am a toxic positive type, but in my 22 years of life, I've never seen us play a game against a big team like that. I hear that. Morning, DG. If we don't sign anyone, we ain't serious. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm clapping, bro. If you can't see the stupidity, that a raw and honest conversation, that is derogatory. Hey, Arteta, I knew some of our fans fancied you, you know. I knew they fancied you, bro. Arteta, if you ever want to swing the other way, you got Ockers in the chat, you know. Genuinely, you got Ockers Badders in the chat. If you ever want to do that, top dance, bro. Anyways, love for the super chat. City think football began 15 years ago. For me, big up the super chat. I have never been one for this. My dad will beat up yours. My dick is bigger than yours. My club is bigger than yours. History, da 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 da. Who gives a monkeys? Like, who gives a monkeys? If that's what man want to think, great, great. End of the day, Arsenal's my football team. I want us to win trophies. If we don't, we don't. We go again. It's as simple as that. Like, bloody hell, man. Bloody hell, mate. Like, just like, bro. Man said, God, man, I see three here. We beat. I watched the video. Being critical of a manager isn't derogatory. How do you find the defendant? The state versus Deluded Gooner. Not guilty. Shit, coming home, man. I told them I'll be home in a minute. Big Meech came home. Vice Cartel came home. I came home. Brother, he got attention. You know what? It's making time fly, bro. It's making time fly. I don't mind it, man. I don't mind it. Man said derogatory, bro. Did a man just find out what that word meant? I don't normally block people, but you're being an idiot now. Like, I'm little. Jens is doing. There's a difference. Jens is doing the most. I'm not gonna block him, but we ain't got time for foolishness, man. Like, you're being foolish. A win is a win. Talking about trophies is irrelevant. Just take it on the chin. Simple, bro. And I get it, because that's all you can say. Little man, to you, them lot, little man Arsenal just pumped them up. Little Jimmy that's been getting bullied and you've been taking his lunch money said, you know what, F it, bangs to the face. And all the girls are laughing as you got decked. I hear it. Lenny Euro looking like a mess at United. Arteta kept Saliba away. The thing is, he's coming into a team that's horrible. Like, the manager's trying to improve what they're doing. The team's horrible. He's a young 18-year-old. I said it when they got Lenny Euro, because you can see the videos. I wanted him at Arsenal. He's 18. There's going to be times where he's 18. He's moving like a 35-year-old veteran that's played in World Cups and whatever. Equally, there's times he's going to look a mess. But that's what's going to take you to the next level. And he got absolutely terrorized at Southampton, whoever that player was. You know, Saliba, people forget. Saliba was getting ripped against MK Dons and that. And there was a game for the under-21s. He went on the loans. He did what he needed to do. Mikel Arteta looked at mine, whether it was right or wrong. And I don't care, because whatever Arteta did led him to this point where Saliba's great. I still think Saliba could have played when we was playing terrible players. But I understand the logic with, you just develop out of sight, in it. Like, you just go out of sight. I understand. I really understand that. But you've just got to take time with these players, man. What I would say is them man need a new deal, man. They need a new deal, man. They need a new deal, man. I want DJ and Pentonville more gal for me. I wish, man. I wish. I'm therefore not right every time, bro. I'm therefore not right every time. But no, I'm not blocking you. I say I'm not blocking you. I'm therefore not right every time. I'm wrong a lot of the time, bro. You can see my Gabriel Jesus videos. It's just, if you're saying derogatory, that's beyond football, bro. Like, that's my name. So I don't know about that, man. My man's made several troll accounts. That's probably the same you, man. Anywho, people who bring trophies into arguments every time are so weird. Why are you, as a man, talking about other man's achievements? It's football. For all means, it is what it is, man. Burners accounts are out, man. Look. Ah, man, keep saying it, man. As long as they're talking negative or positive, too soft. You know what? Let's spin the block, people. Maybe if I type Arsenal's name in on Google, maybe, just maybe. Nah. I get it, though. I get it. Because Lewis Skelly is studying for his A-levels. This is who's sourcing people. I get it. I get it. Be humble, man. People are saying to go for Gurhey. Come on, we're not going to... It would be on brand with Arsenal to sign a centre-back where all we've been doing is waffling about attackers. But yeah, man, I think it's one people... Rob Holding going Sheffield United. Big up Rob Holding. I forgot he was a baller. Boy, Crumpy from Lance. It's one where I'm pretty sure we're all going to do it. We're going to be refreshing our Twitter pages. We're going to be looking on TV. Until 11 p.m., who knows, innit? Until 11 p.m., who genuinely knows, man? Who genuinely knows, man? Schema, you're a fool, man. Arteta went from sitting on City's bench, hating seeing Arsenal getting slapped by City. Listen, big up Arteta. Big up Arteta. But right now, I'm not going to lie. We're happy with the City game. That's God now. Need to try and turn this around in the League Cup against West Ham. And for the rest of today, football's relevant, but it's irrelevant in the sense of, bro, it's just about dotting I's and crossing T's. Jason Ito, Mikel Arteta, Stan Kroenke. I mean, it's the hope that kills. I'm not going to hold my breath on a signing in it, bro, until 11 p.m. There's going to be a little bit of optimism. You have that little bit of hope when you type in Arsenal on Google that something will happen. A little bit of hope David Ornstein or Fabrizio Romano are going to do things. Yeah, bro, man said, why is this ape on my screen, bro? Hey, man, I heard, man, are doing the racist thing. Flip it, you just have to laugh at the internet, man. But yeah, man. It is what it is. Yeah, Aussie Cannon could be right. Oh my God, what a display picture. Like, come on, man. He can be right. I didn't even say, do you know what the saddest thing is? In this derogatory statement, I didn't even say Donny's wrong. I just said rise up or said. And a man's telling me a raw and honest conversation about Mikel Arteta. Show me where I got personal about Mikel or said you're, Spanish this or whatever. If you can do that, which you can't, fair enough. But what you can do is smash the like button and dedicate your day to making several Gmail accounts. I respect it, man. In a day and age, people getting rich off meme coins and that. You choose to spend the day with me. I like it, man. You just like me, really, innit? You like Arteta, you like me. I don't swing that way. I'm all inclusive, though, on the channel. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, man. If your baby mum likes, man, then therefore. But on that note, away from the silliness, you can tell I've got time in it to entertain nonsense. But on that note, people, I'll be back at 2 p.m. As usual, the super chats, the comments, the engagement, even the haters, especially my Arsenal fans. Big up you lot, man. But you lot, take care, stay blessed. Done though.
Like